You know what's crazy to me? I was just thinking about it, right? I hear all these 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, right? And they're like pissed as shit because they don't make $100,000 a year, or they're not a millionaire yet, or they do entrepreneur shit and their business isn't successful, and they're 30 years old, and we have this like stigma now in this world where by the time you're a certain age, you're supposed to have a certain amount of stuff, right? So it blows my mind, right? Because you're young as shit. 30 years old is not old at all, right? I watch a lot of Gary Vee. Gary Vee didn't start his business till he was 34 years old. He didn't make over 100 grand until he was 34 years old. He was working at his father's liquor store, right? Now he's a multi-millionaire. But it takes time, right? Just because you're 20, 30 years old and you're not a millionaire yet, like, that's just like crazy to me that people think that. Like, it's a process. It takes time. It takes, energy. Day after day after day, you got to put in your craft or whatever you're doing to make your business, or whatever you're doing to invest, or your job or your side hustle. Like, people just bitch and bitch and bitch about the dumbest shit because they're not rich by 25 years old. I'm not a millionaire. Oh my God. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You got like 3 more lives. If you're 25 years old, you're probably going to live at least 3 more of them lives. Think about that. That's a long fucking time to live. Because the average age now is 75 years old, right? Think about it. Colonel Sanders didn't start Kentucky Fried Chicken until his 70s. Like, it's never too late. Like, just keep grinding, keep going, and enjoy the process. People are so obsessed with the money and the influence and the fucking fame and the likes on fucking posts and this and that. Enjoy the process, because in a blink of an eye, you're 50 years old and it's gone. Do you want to regret what you did, or you want to be happy with your life at that time, right? I was watching a video on a guy. He said, I'm going to tell you how to get some perspective on life. Go to a nursing home for 1 week and sit with 80 and 90-year-olds, and that'll really give you perspective on life. They will tell you their regrets and what they wish they did and what they wish they didn't do, right? So I just got on here because I was just like reading comments and stuff on Instagram and Facebook and watching YouTube, and people just whining and complaining about certain situations. Like, we're young. Like, I'm 29 years old. I'll be 30 this year. Like, I still have 2.5, hopefully 2.5 of these lifetimes to live, right? And I've already accomplished, my fucking second place. Now I own this house. This is the house where I live at, right? It's my second house or whatever. First one was an apartment, but it's my second house. And I got it when I was 27, turning 28 years old, right? So that's a good accomplishment for me. But I didn't start until I was 25. Like, I didn't start getting my life together until I was 25 and being mature and taking care of my responsibilities. So really, I've only been doing this, grown up working shit for the last 3 to 4 years, going on 5 years, right? So, like, I know if I keep pushing, I can accomplish a lot more. That's why, I work a job. I'm a longshoreman at the Port of Baltimore in the Union. I have a side hustle. I have a YouTube channel. I have Facebook. I've been getting paid off of Facebook. Just stuff like that. Like, it's never too late. Like, people just get so in their head, like, oh my God, I'm 45. It's too late. I can't. I'm done. My life's over. You're 45. The average life expectancy is 75 years old. So you're 45, right? You got 30 more years to hit 75 years old. You might live to 90. You don't know. You know what you can do in 30, 40 years? A lot of shit. You can make a lot of shit happen, right? And you got to be happy along the way during the process. right? So I just wanted to hop on here because I just be hearing a lot of people bitch and complain and whine about, shit like that. But it just blows my mind, and I talked to my wife about it. Like, people got to stop being afraid to fail and worrying about what other people think. And, just because, your best friend just bought a brand new car doesn't mean you got to go buy one. You got to worry about your circumstances, your financial abilities. You can't live above your means, Like a lot of people, they'll get a pay raise at work and they'll go buy something. Or you gotta live within your means, right? So for example, right, this year I just got another pay raise, right? I went from 24 an hour to 35 an hour. That's a good jump, right? But I didn't raise my lifestyle. I kept my lifestyle the same, and the rest of the money I try to invest it, put it into crypto and stocks and my IRA. You know what I mean? So people just got to stop worrying about everybody else and compete with themselves. Try to be the better next year. And it's never too late. Like, even if you're in your 50s, like, dude, you got some time, bro. If you're in your 50s, you got at least another 20, 30 years, hopefully, as long as you don't get hit by a bus or something. But for the most part, you got fucking time. You know what you can get done in 20 years? You can do a lot of shit in 20 years, right? So, sorry for the rant. I just wanted to get on here and say that because I just felt like, it was on my chest, and maybe some people hear that and it might help them. But it's never too late. If you're 30 years old or in your 30s or just hit 40 and you're not where you want to be, dude, you have fucking time. You don't like the job you're at, fucking leave. There's plenty other jobs out there that'll pay you what you're worth or what you want, right? So just think about that. Like, don't keep yourself stuck in a situation where you're not happy. At the end of the day, everything's about being happy. You want to be happy with your life, right? If you're not happy with your life, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you're happy with your life and you're not complaining, I have no advice for you. You're successful in my eyes. You want it. We got to stop comparing success to money. That's not it. Success is if you are content and happy with your life. That is what success is. It's not about money. It's not about a dollar sign. It's about, are you happy with where your life is? That is success. All right, I'm going to end my rant. I hope you all have a good day. Thanks for listening.